Hi guys, I had promised to work on the calories video and I looked for the best way to explain it. I thought I'd break it down to calculation because that's how we do it. So on average, women require about 1600 to 2400 kilocalories. So that means that's already an average for all adults. Then for men, they require 2,000 to 3,000 kilocalories per day, and that's just an average for a group of people. You cannot now just pick the random 2,000 to 3,000. So we calculate that depending on your age, height, weight, sex, and your activity level. But before we get to the calories, then we need to understand a few terms that we will need to use while calculating that. So we talk about BMR, which is basal metabolic rate, and that simply means calories that you burn at rest. So if today you woke up and you did not do anything, you just sat, you're still going to be burning calories. So we have BMR and we have total daily energy expenditure. So let's talk about BMR first and how to come up with that. So for the BMR, then we have a couple of formulas, but I'm going to use the Harris-Benedict. So for women, we do the formula. It's 655.1 plus into brackets 9.563 times your weight in kg into bracket plus into bracket 1.85 times height in centimeter minus 4.676 times your age. Then we have a different formula for men, 66.7 plus into bracket 13.75 times weight in kg into bracket plus 5.003 times height in centimeter minus 6.755 times the age. So for example, if we have an adult Jane, female, 30 years old, 80 kgs, 168 centimeters tall, then the calculation is going to look like this: 655.1 plus into brackets 9.563 times 80. That's her age, weight, then plus 1.85 times height in centimeter minus into bracket 4.676 times age, 30. So when I was calculating, I needed to remind you people that with the calculations, you remember that you first work out whatever is in the brackets and then you do whatever we used to call body mass. So that is going to give me a BMR of 1590. Now, if Jane woke up today and she was not doing any other thing, she was just resting, her BMR or the calories she's supposed to be burning is 1500, roughly 1600 calories, all right? So we need to understand how many calories you're burning while including a physical activity, all right? So that's what we call the total daily energy expenditure. And we get it by taking your BMR times your activity level. So the total daily energy expenditure is basically the calories you would need today if you are just going to maintain. Okay, when we go back to the BMR first, is if Jen never works out and maybe she's not mobile, we are going to use 1600 calories. But if at all she's active, then we need to take the BMR and multiply it with the activity level. Now, this is where you need to be very, very careful with the numbers, because if today I picked a higher activity level and multiplied it with my BMR, then it's going to give me a higher number of calories, and that's going to mislead me if I am going to use the calories. So if, for example, I'm keen on calories and I overstate my workouts, then it's going to mess me up. You could actually gain weight instead of losing. And that's why maybe at times there are people who are really working out, they are following, they are keying in calories into the applications, like, for example, MyFitnessPal, and then you find out that you're not losing. So we have a chart for activity level ranging from rarely exercising, that's at 1.2, and it can go all the way up to 1.9. So if you work out and you have a very heavy job, you work out 7 days a week, you have a very active job. In short, if you're in mjengo sector or you have a very, very, very demanding job, then you can even use an activity level of up to 1.9. And that's where even people like bodybuilders lie. But I think even them, they need a bit of rest and they are not as extremely active. So on average, most ladies, for sure, I would encourage, if you're not doing a lot of workouts, let's use the 1.2 or the 1.375. The lesser the activity level you state, the better. It's going to help you be on a calorie deficit without necessarily struggling as much. So if we use our Jane up there and we assume that Jane works out 3 times a week and it's heavy workout, then we're going to use an activity level of 1.375, and that's going to give a total daily energy expenditure of 2186 calories. So if we want Jane to lose weight, we minus a number of calories from the 2186. You need to understand, for you to lose half a kg per week, then you need to minus 3,500 calories for the entire week. So basically that's just 500 calories every day. If you need to lose 1 kg a week, then you need to minus roughly 7,700 calories for the entire week. So basically you're minusing something close to 1,000 calories every day. But our Jane cannot be losing a kg per week if we use this. If we are going to do 1,000, then it's going to be very little calories. So our Jane, the ideal would have been she loses maybe between 0.5 and 0.8 kgs per week. So when we do that, that means our Jane is going to consume calories between 1,500 and 1,800 calories per day. I need you to understand that calories cannot be an exact number, it's an estimation. So what I've done in the past, I have used a zigzag of calories. So on Monday, we do maybe 1,500 calories. On Tuesday, I do 1,800. So you do not have an exact number, and you do not allow your body to just stick to one calorie, to one figure. I also want you to remember that calories are not just calories. So you cannot wake up and say, today I'm consuming 1,500 calories of pizza alone. It has to be, you're thinking about calories as well as the nutrients. So when we are talking about, now that you know about calories, you have a bit of knowledge on calories. And by calories, I've kept using that word. It's just a measure of energy that we get from food, beverages, so that includes alcohol. And that's why you hear people say, if you want to be on a calorie deficit, which is meaning you're burning more than you're consuming, which is what we want for weight loss, then you need to minus a few things. A few adjustments to make is maybe like consume lower calorie foods like fruits and vegetables in place of the sugary foods and the deep fried foods. Then you can also quit or cut on drinks like alcohol, reduce your intake of sugary drinks like sodas, and in place of that, maybe you can do something like soda water instead of the regular soda or juice. And then I can also give another tip. You choose healthy foods but also be careful about the density. So like, for example, that's why I keep saying in the group, please watch your nuts. That's peanut, cashew nuts, macadamia, and your avocado consumption. Because in a very small portion of avocado, then you're going to find that it's very dense in calories, because remember from our last week's teaching is that out of the 3 macronutrients, then fat has the most. So we are talking about 1 gram yielding 9 kilocalories. So calories is not the it for me, because you can be watching your calories and not eating a very healthy meal, and you can also be really keen on your calories and missing out on the nutrients. So let's get a balance of that. I'd urge all of you to try calculate your calories to just know where you lie. But remember, it's not the utmost, it's not the final. You can keep adjusting. It changes from time to time. And most importantly, I want us to stop comparing what we are burning using the machines and what we want to eat. Because I know there are watches you will use and they tell you you've done 3 kilometers and you're burning, I don't know, 500 calories. If you look at it that way, then you're going to really mess things up. Use the activity level if you really have to, and most importantly, watch your portions. Eat lower calorie foods like vegetables. Like, for example, 1 slice of bread is about 75 to 80 calories. I've seen breads in Kenya that a slice is going up to 100 calories, yet 1 cup of vegetables is around 25 calories. So you need to be smart while watching your servings, watching your portions. Do not put calories as the end game. In case you have questions, I'm open to discussing that in the group. Let me know what you think about that, and let me know if you have any concerns with anything that I said. I can make a clarification. Thank you.